gonna have to let you go. We got to let a few guys go and this and that, and we got to kind of start that from underneath and work the way up. So you're a new guy, so off you go, buddy. And I mean, he was positive about coming back at some point. So that's my end goal. Like this is where I want to be.
Right.
And I've got a lot of. I mean, right from the second it happened, I mean, things started flooding in, and which was awesome. Like the response of fans really made me feel good, especially, I don't know if people can wrap their brain around, like, once you get to your dream and then having it yanked before it ever even really starts.
Right.
That's some hard cheese to eat,
Absolutely, man. I was thinking about that today, man. It's really, really tough getting that close and then having the carpet pulled out from under you.
Like, I was never prejudiced to, these male underwear models that would get hired because they're, 6'5" and have 20 abs, or if they were an ex-NFL player and they got cut for whatever reason, or they had an injury where they couldn't play, so they get a job in the developmental system in WWE. Like, all these guys, however they wound up at the developmental system, was fine by me. As long as they were working hard and not just sitting there like douchebags collecting a paycheck, I was down with it. Like, I didn't mind how little or how much anybody paid dues.
Right.
But I mean, I had the last 10 years have slept in my car and starved and bled and just put myself through the worst things to get there.
Yep.
And then have one match. And again, I'm not bitter about it. I'm just more saddened by it.
Sure.
Like, thinking like, what the fuck, And they take what they've taken as a career villain and put him in the ring, and in his first match on national TV as a good guy against a bad guy who is turning into a good guy.
Yeah.
A completely messy situation, and and he's coming off of this losing streak. So if I beat him, like, kind of who cares? Like. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
like,
absolutely.
It wasn't some awesome debut. Like,
no, it didn't. No, you're right. You're right. It wasn't the debut it should have been. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, all the fans that have like written in them, like my MySpace or my Facebook, or just wrestlers that have texted me or emailed me or called me, and I mean, just like, especially like just how many fans I couldn't believe were just like, I'm so sorry and that, and I hope to see you. A lot of them basically would say, I hope to either see you back, or I hope to see you. I prefer to see you on TNA anyway.
So have you and have you got anything on the burner, Nick? I mean, you're such a talented guy, man. You've done so many neat things. Have you got anything else on the burner, or is there any way that you can let us know if people want to book you for shows, or?
Yeah, as far as bookings, they can go to the myspace.com/the original SINN. I'll take bookings, no problem. But what I've got in the works is I'm sitting down with my good buddy Unky Jake, and I am ghostwriting the Jake the Snake's autobiography.
Oh, nice! Oh, that's awesome. That's something to look forward to. And wow, that'll have some stories.
Because I mean, I don't know if a lot of people realize, but like, I'm a published author and a published artist. So Jake's been talking to me about this for a couple of years, and now that I'm freelancing again, I can spend the time to go do that. That's something I wanted to do. And mentioning Jake, here's I'll throw a big bombshell out to you. One of the first dudes that I spoke with, it was the very first day, the day of my release. I got a call and we talked for hours and hours and hours. And you were looking at the new I don't know how to even describe it, the new carnival freak of the Jim Rose Circus.
Oh, nice. So you're working with Jim Rose. Excellent.
Well, it gets even stranger than that. With the new tour for Jim Rose that starts June 18th, and I cannot say the location that it starts because it's a big surprise, and that's all to come and everything.
Okay.
But it will. The show is called The Jim Rose Circus versus Jake the Snake Roberts.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. And little old me will be smack dab in the middle of those two legends, and there'll be a lot of carnival stunts and wrestling, and
the darts will be flying. The darts will be flying with the broken glass.
There will be darts and broken glass and dog collars and balloon bunnies and mouse traps and steel cages and DDTs on garbage cans, I'm sure, and whatever we can think to do.
Wow, Nick, that sounds totally amazing, man. And I want to thank you for joining us on the show like this right after what's happened and expressing your feelings and how it all went down. I really, really appreciate it. And brother, if you're ever back up in our neck of the woods, man, make sure you look us up. We'll sit down and have a beer because you deserve a much better break than what you got, brother. So best of luck to whatever happens.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate being on the show.
All right, take care, Nick. All right, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the story on Kizarny, and an interesting one, just as I expected. That was great stuff from Nick. Make sure you check out his MySpace page for upcoming gigs, and Jim Rose.
That's very cool.
That is very good. All right, unfortunately, we had some extra callers online, but we do have to wrap things up for this week, so I want to thank our guests, Carlos Newton and Nick, of course. Kizarny, I want to thank Sasha for doing a great job up in there, John, manning the phones, Jay for joining me, as always, and we made it through even though TNA sucked. We'll be back again next week, ladies and gentlemen, live audio wrestling right here on Hardcore Sports Radio, Sirius 98.